Hi. How do you want me to advance the slides? Are you going to do it? Hi, guys. Boy, standing at a podium first thing in the morning. It's kind of fun. Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here in Reno and excited to be here with all of you. I am Lee Mayer. I am the CEO and co-founder of a company called Havenly. I'm just going to move the mic down a little because I'm really short. Havenly is the largest interior design marketplace online. So what we do is we decorate your home. We do it all online. We do it all for one flat fee. We've been doing this for a couple of years now. We're about 3 years old. And we've now hit, I believe, our 100,000th customer all across the country. So we connect you with an interior designer. You work with them to talk about your style, things that you like. We come up through a couple of iterations with the final design for you. You can buy everything you want directly from one place, all online. It's intended to be the easiest way to shop for your home. We're capitalizing on a trend that's called personalized e-commerce. So the idea is, e-commerce used to be one of these things where you'd go online, you'd find the thing, and you'd buy the thing. Our point is, around the home and around other sort of aspirational categories like apparel or food or makeup, discovery is more important to you. And that's really what we're trying to help with. So we're curating down a $12 million SKU assortment into something that really works for you. We are headquartered in beautiful Denver, Colorado, which actually has a little bit less snow than the mountains out here, but in many ways has been really formative to my experience. I moved out there reluctantly from New York City. I am a recovering New Yorker. And, Denver has been where we have really grown. So we started at an incubator space called Galvanize, which some of you may be familiar with, down in the Golden Triangle. Over the past couple of years, we've brought in $26 million in capital, both from the coasts and from Boulder. So our biggest investor founder group is in Boulder, but many others are both in Silicon Valley and New York City. We're now a team of 50. We have job descriptions out to be 75 as soon as we can hire them, and we intend to be 100 plus sort of heading into this year. We also provide work, by the way, for hundreds of people, about 300 people across the United States. So our designers are contract employees. Many of them, by the way, are based in the heartland. These are people that can't access this kind of creative work where they live, and so we're giving them a way to build their portfolio while living in some of the places that you are familiar with. Unlike designers, say, in San Francisco or New York or LA, many of these designers, again, don't find that richness of work elsewhere. So why Denver? Denver, I can rattle off a ton of stats, and I've got them all on a Post-it note. Denver is, I believe, the top 5 largest net migration inbound in domestic migration inbound into the United States. Last year, I believe it raised something like $1 billion in venture capital. It's got the largest free entrepreneurial event in the country, if not the world. It's Denver Startup Week. There's lots going on in Denver, though. I mean, I think I can tell you the stats, but I can also tell you what it feels like. It feels like everyone's moving to Denver. And I don't know, some of you guys might feel this way about your cities, but it definitely feels this way in Denver. From our balcony, we can count something like 22 cranes building large buildings, and presumably they're going to get filled because the real estate prices there have certainly indicated that there's plenty of demand. But what's really interesting is talent. I think someone in the earlier panel mentioned what really scales a company is talent. And where we're getting people from is San Francisco and New York. These are smart, talented people in the tech world. They're looking for jobs, and they come to me. I'm a company that in some ways is fairly small. We're only 50 people. I can guarantee you that we get probably a shot at probably better talent than we would get anywhere else. And it's because people come there and they're excited to work for a consumer company that's funded, and they can afford to work for us. So despite how much people complain about rising real estate prices, a 1-bedroom in Denver still only costs $1,500. Compare that to New York City, which is roughly 2.5 times that. I think that's been sort of a really interesting thing for us. We almost have no unwanted attrition. People stay with us for a really long time. They're not scrambling down the street for the new hot startup. They're really invested in the community. We have a lot of people in our company that spend a lot of time thinking about growing other companies in the ecosystem. So for me, it's really about people. You know, I think from my perspective, I met our biggest funder by having a drink at a bar next to one of his LPs. It's a small community. Everyone was happy to help me introduce me to the right people, the right talent, the right capital, and other companies that can help me grow. And I think for us, for someone like me, I'm a first-time entrepreneur, it was formative. I mean, it was something that really, really helped me get off the ground. And I think ultimately, it's probably what's going to be the thing that lifts the Denver ecosystem to a place that's really interesting. So I mentioned the $1 billion stats, far cry from the $23 or $24 billion that Silicon Valley, the Bay Area sort of raises every year. But it's a lot larger than it was the year before. And I think that this is why people are moving to Denver, right? It's the community, it's the skiing, sometimes it's the marijuana. But really, I think it's the opportunity to become a part of an ecosystem that really is growing together. Thank you.